Welcome back to Key Talk Media. This is your host, Key Talk. Check it out, man. All right. Hey, man, shout out to y'all. We're almost at 100K goal. I do want to say shout out to Key Talk Gang, Notification Gang, and Key Talk Mafia. You already know I'm nothing without y'all, but I'm everything with y'all. Now, the last episode, we actually spoke about Finesse 2 times, trash talking Charles, because it looks like Hustle Gang Cartel pretty much came out and said he will whoop both of them. He said he had 100K for trash talking Charles. Of course, it's Charleston White. And he had 100K for Finesse 2 times. You already know it ain't no way in blue hell that trash talking Charles is going to let anybody challenge him at all and not capitalize on the situation. Now, of course, Charleston White did come out first. He said he came out and said, hey, listen, man, throw up $1,000,000 if you want to fight me. I ain't fighting for no petty 100K. You got to put up $1,000,000 if you want to fight me, and I do it. Anyways, well, now trash talking Charles has took it a step further. You know, he don't play whenever got to do some type of smoke or beef. He will literally go for years, like literally, he will never stop. You remember when he was going at T.I. and then he ended up going at T.I.'s son, and T.I. was like, hey man, he like a spider monkey. You know what I'm talking about? Once he started going, he don't ever stop. Well, now it looks like trash talking Charles has pulled the paperwork on none other than Hustle Gang Cartel, and he's claiming that Buddy is a snitch. Of course, Hustle Gang Cartel be with a whole lot of people in the streets. Probably got information on a whole lot of activities that, some activity that can end people up in jail, and why you got to try to keep all the rats away from you, period. But trash talking Charles pulled this. I'm going to read it to y'all. And of course, before I read it, I got to know that Hustle Gang Cartel name is like Taki, right? So whenever y'all hear Taki, that's talking about Hustle Gang Cartel. Now, trash talking Charles took this to Instagram and said, when I say I got receipts, I got receipts. Worst thing Hustle Cartel Gaming could have done was mention my name. If he wants smoke with me, I see why Lil King over there snitching on and telling all of Finesse 2 times personal business. And of course, he did tag Finesse 2 times, so Finesse 2 times can now see this as well. Now, I will say Finesse 2 times, people have came out with paperwork on him too, saying that he was a snitch as well. However, that was like when he was a youth, before he was an adult. So there's a whole lot of complications with that. Now, I'm not saying none of that. I really don't care. Like I tell you all the time, I don't care about him. I'm just here to report the news anyway. So, let's get into it though, right? So like I said, when y'all hear Taki, and this is about somebody getting shot at a place I guess Hustle Gang Cartel used to work at, in which, police try to ask for information, and it does look like in this report, he ended up giving it. So it says, hindering apprehension, prosecution. Hold on, give me just a second here, y'all. Somebody is blowing up my phone. Anyways, back to regular scheduled programming. So I was in the middle of pretty much reading the report that Trash Talking Charles put out that alleges that Hustle Gang Cartel was snitching, whose name is Taki, right? So it says, on May 24th, 2020, at around 1:45 a.m., the Conchita County Sheriff's Department was dispatched to the Right Spot Hookah Bar and Lounge to report of a shots fired and someone running from the scene. At around 1:52 a.m., dispatch received a call from the I'm just gonna say the Q County Medical Center, right? Anything I gotta say that word. I can say the words Conchita, but I don't want to say that every time. The Q County Medical Center stated that that they had a 16-year-old that had just came in with a gunshot wound to his leg. After responding to the Right Spot and finding it abandoned, Deputy Brownlee relocated to the medical center where he made contact with the juvenile and his mother. Deputy Brownlee was advised that the juvenile had been shot at the Right Spot. At 2:16 a.m., another male, Ryan White, was admitted with a gunshot wound to the arm. So it's looking like the 16-year-old and potentially the Ryan White guy pretty much got into a shootout. But we haven't heard the Taki name yet. And of course, Taki is Hustle Gang Cartel. It continues and it says, at 2:48 a.m., Captain David Pennington responded to the medical center where I spoke with the juvenile with a subject named Ryan White, who stated that he was security for the Right Spot. Both subjects stated that they never saw who fired the shots. I also spoke with Catalia Willis, the mother of the juvenile. Willis stated she had no idea what happened and that she wasn't there when it happened. Now, on Tuesday, May 26, 2020, I spoke with Taki. Now, Taki, of course, is Hustle Game Cartel. I spoke with Taki Willis and Katala Willis at the Q County Sheriff's Department. They were both asked about the incident at the Right Spot. Both Taki and Kay stated they are co-owners of the Right Spot and stated that neither one of them were present during the incident and that they had no idea what happened. So it looked like he's staying silent right now. Hey, and I haven't actually read this report yet, so I'm reading it along with y'all. But Trash Talking Charles definitely said that he did some snitching, so I'm sure, or maybe it should possibly come, right? But as now, he said, I wasn't at the spot. I don't know what on. It says on Wednesday, 27, which is the next day, 2020, the Q County Sheriff's Department conducted a search warrant on the Right Spot that was signed on the day the Judge Hamilton Singleton deputy seized all audio, video, and storage. Now they're actually getting the storage and a video from the spot where the guy got shot at, where the 16-year-old got shot at, and of course the security guy got shot at. So now some stuff might change since they're getting and collecting the information, right? It says in storage devices that were located inside the Right Spot. On Thursday, the next day, they're going every day trying to figure something out. On Thursday, May 28, 2020, 7 search warrants were written and signed by Judge Hamilton Singleton to obtain contents within the storage device seized. Now, on Monday, June 1st, 2020, I spoke with Taki Willis again. So now he's speaking of Hustle Cartel again at the Q County Sheriff's Department. Oh, so he's at the Sheriff's Department now. Taki stated he was going to tell us what happened. Taki stated that he and his sister, Caitlin Willis, were at the Right Spot when the incident happened. So first of all, he said, I ain't know what happened. You know what I'm talking about? He played it off. But whenever they did the warrant and they got the audio devices, the visual devices, he pulled on up to that police department. Like, hey, listen, man, I was going to tell y'all what happened. I just needed some time to think about this and get my mind straight. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, so it continued. It says, tell us what happened. Taki stated he and his sister Kaylin were at the spot when the incident happened. Taki stated there were only 7 people in the bar and that the security person, Ryan White, had been into an argument with a black male they called Pee Wee over a girl. Taki stated that it ended up outside the bar and Ryan pulled a gun. White shirt and possibly blue jeans came from the side of the building and began shooting at Ryan. Taki stated that Ryan ran into the other side of the building and began shooting back, and that's when his nephew, the juvenile, was struck in the leg. Taki was unable to provide me with a name for Pee Wee or let me actually get this next one right. Name for Pee Wee or the other male that fired the shots at Ryan. Taki stated he had seen them before but didn't know who they were. So, I mean, he kind of told the incident of what happened, but, you know what I'm talking about, which is on film now, but he ain't really getting no names out, you know what I'm talking about? So I guess it's up to y'all if y'all believe this is snitching or not so far, right? Technically, it's supposed to be, but hey, man, we know the rules change every day depending on if you like the person or not. But anyways, it continues and it says, on Friday, June 12, 2020, video recordings from 3 of the storage devices seized were viewed during the recording. Deputies witnessed a black male wearing a black hat, white shirt, and blue jean shorts as identified. Kenya LaVon Taylor inside the Right Spot buying drinks and talking to other patrons. Deputies also witnessed a black male wearing a blue jeans and multicolored jacket identified as Ryan White. The security later that night, an argument ensued inside the bar. Deputies witnessed several patrons, including Ryan White, Richard Randolph, and Taki Willis, of course, host of Gang Cartel, Caitlin Willis, and the juvenile walk outside. Kenya Taylor was also seen walking outside and going to the back of the building. Deputies observed what appeared to be Ryan White and Richard Randolph, who's Pee Wee, so now they've got Pee Wee's name, arguing in the front entrance of the bar. The video shows Ryan White pull out a gun on Richard Randolph Pee Wee. The argument was declared by Taki Willis, and Randolph walks back inside the bar. Deputies observed Kenya Taylor pull in a white Ford F-150 that belongs to him and exits the truck. Taylor then observed walking back, and this is literally the description of the footage from the actual police now, right? It says, observed Kenya Taylor pull up in a white Ford F-150 that belonged to him and exits the truck. Taylor then is observed walking back around to the front of the building where he is observed firing several shots at the security personnel, Ryan White, and began chasing White while running across from the building. White returns shots at Taylor. During the shots being fired, a bullet strikes Ryan in the right arm and a juvenile in the leg. Taki Willis was seen on video walking around the side of the building where Kenya Taylor was, getting into into his white Ford F-150. Taki is seen motioning Taylor to leave the area. On June 23rd, 2020, during a short interview with Kenya Taylor, Taylor advised that he and Taki know each other. So it looks like they do know each other, right? During an interview with Ryan White, stated that Taki had taken him around Richard Randolph Pee-wee and Kenya Taylor on several occasions, that he knew Taki and Kenya Taylor to be homeboys. Ryan stated that Taki knew Taylor was the person that had shot him because they have talked about the shooting since the day it happened. Kenya Taylor was charged with criminal attempt of first-degree murder, a Class A felony. So, hey, listen, man. So the very fact that Buddy had some type of conversation with 12 of them, it looks to me like the streets were definitely able to snitching. However, we know the rules change, you know what I'm talking about, depending on if you like the person or not. So it's really going to be up to y'all if y'all think that was snitching by Hustle Gang Cartel or not. And again, this was posted by Trash Talking Charleston White, who, like I say, man, you beef with him, you might as well be prepared to beef for the rest of your life. And not only that, anything goes, you know what I'm talking about, literally anything goes, but this went today, right? Anyways. So I'm going to look around and see what other topics for me to talk about today, and I will be back, but I definitely had to get this video out to y'all. Let me know something. Comment down below. Let me know what you think about this entire ordeal. I'm out.